Hello there. The Council of Defense Ministers of the European Union approved Britain's participation in the military mobility project. Based on this decision, the Netherlands, which is in charge of project coordination, can now accept the UK's request. This emerges from a message from the Council. The EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, that is Josep Borrell, welcomed the decision and underlined the importance of the projects. Russia's war against Ukraine has once again shown that the ability to move troops and military equipment quickly across Europe and beyond to be able to relocate is essential for our security. For the EU and NATO, this ability is essential in order to be able to react quickly to crises. That's what Borrell said as well. Military mobility is a project within the framework of the EU's Permanent Structured Cooperation, or PESCO. The aim is to simplify and standardize the cross-border transport of troops and military goods. This refers to transportation by land, air, or water. With this decision, the UK becomes the fourth non-EU country to take part in the military mobility project. The USA, Canada, and Norway joined last year, and this brings the total number of project participants to 29. My country, Germany, has been part of the project since it began in March 2018. The participation of non-EU countries in PESCO projects has been possible since 2020. However, these states must meet certain legal and political criteria in order to participate. The Commission's action plan on this topic, which was presented last week, also made it clear how important the issue of military mobility within Europe really is. And also in Glasgow, 3 modern frigates are currently being built for the British Navy. The government in London is now announcing the construction of 5 more City-class warships. The move is justified by the increasing threat from Russia. The British government wants to spend £4.2 billion, that's about 4.8 billion euros, on 5 new warships. The UK and its allies are taking steps to strengthen their security in the face of an increasing threat from Russia. That's what the government said. The spending is part of a program that already has 3 ships under construction. According to the statement, the 8 City-class frigates, or the English designation is Type 26, are to be completed by the mid-2030s. The ships are built in Glasgow by the armaments company BAE Systems. They are intended to replace 12 outdated Duke-class or Type 23 frigates. The first warship, the HMS Glasgow, is due to be launched later this year and handed over to the Royal Navy in the mid-2020s. Russia's actions endanger us all, that's what Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said in a statement. While we are providing the support the Ukrainian people need, we are also harnessing the breadth and depth of British expertise. That includes building the next generation of British warships. According to the British Navy, the City-class frigates are designed for anti-submarine and also air defense, and will also serve as escort protection for the new Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carrier. Accordingly, each ship has a crew of 118 men. The maximum speed is given as more than 26 knots, the range as 7,000 nautical miles. And at the same time, the United Kingdom is withdrawing its troops from Mali earlier than planned. Secretary of Defense James Happy justified the withdrawal of British soldiers with the behavior of the military government and political instability in the African country. This government cannot use our country's military to provide security unless the host government is willing to work with us to ensure lasting stability and security, is what Happy said in Parliament in London. He also referred to the use of Russian mercenary groups Wagner, for example, by the military government. And this is counterproductive for security in the region. Since 2020, Britain has been involved in the UN mission in the country with around 300 British soldiers to protect the local population from Islamist extremism. The withdrawal of the British should now also fuel the debate in Germany as to how for the Bundeswehr it should continue to participate in the UN mission or not. In the summer, the Bundeswehr soldiers deployed in Mali temporarily suspended their operational deployment due to restrictions imposed by the Malian government. The German government firmly rejects the use of Russian mercenaries in Mali. In February, France declared the end of the deployment of its soldiers in Mali and began withdrawing them. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.